there. If you enjoyed Bo Berman's hilarious comedy Inside, I recommend you will like this Instagram video of mine that I've entitled Outside. I've been in isolation for long enough for an extroverted woman, much too long. Today I'm going out. So the outside, I've discovered during this time, it's windy, there's fresh air, which is actually not a myth. So apparently the fresh air actually helps your brain function. It makes a bit of sense about why I haven't been 100%. But anyway, this is my new production. It's neoliberal, white, nihilistic, performative, all the shit that us sad, fucking weird white fuckers dig for some reason. For part one, I just wanted to explain I'm walking like one street across and it's taken me to whatever time it is now. I don't know. Time, I don't believe in time as a concept, but I understand its use when we're talking day to day, like making plans. Like I give it that, but generally I don't believe in time. I'm walking one street across. So what I have to go to do is to go to the dry cleaners, which I've never done before. Like, I'm 32, I've never done it. But I had this very grubby jacket, very sexy jacket, but it was fucking grubby. And then a friend of mine who I won't name, but you'll probably know who it is, just got wine and shit all over it. So I thought, I'm going to do the adult thing, go to the dry cleaners. When you go to the dry cleaners, you've got to sign a form. The guy just acts like it's a normal thing that 31-year-old women do. Like, he doesn't even act like, hey, you need some assistance. He's just like, yeah. Like, I took a coat hanger with me. He's like, why did you bring this? It's like, well, how the fuck would I know what you're meant to do? Huh? Like, I don't do dry cleaning. This bit's really funny. When I was with my friend, well, we're not friends anymore. Long story. We came to this, what's it called? Thing in the road where you walk, the walkie place. This guy, how do I turn the camera around? This zebra crossing. There's another one. And he said, oh my God, I just realized as a society, we just see something and then we just agree that it has a meaning and then we just live in accordance to that agreed meaning. I'm so profound. And I was like, yeah, it's symbolism. That's first year sociology, babe. But really good try. And anyway, I laugh every time I come to one of these crossings. It's really getting cold. I think I'm gonna get the jacket first. I'm a bit scared because the guy was so like, this is a streamlined process, what don't you get? It's not somewhere I fit in. So I'll report back. Well, the process was actually pretty easy. They just like looked at my name and asked my phone number, and then they pulled out the only fluffy pink jacket they could find. That jacket is fluffy pink, right? So I asked my psych once, I was like, how come I dress like really fucking weird? And then I get like angry that men look at me. I'm like, am I subconsciously trying to attract men to look at me, even though I hate men looking at me? It just annoys me. And then she was like, no, you just like pink. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, like, so some people just like things. And it doesn't mean stuff. Like, it doesn't mean, you don't have to politicize every thought you have or every feeling that you have. It's like you can actually, like, some things can just be what they are. So I thought that was an interesting tale to go with the jacket. I hope you liked it. And also, like I said, this is like, a neoliberal piece. So I've got to add some of that kind of insightful shit in here and there where we can. I just did the fucking cardinal sin of feminism. I was going to go to trolley and a guy walked in front of me really abruptly and rudely, and I was like, oh, sorry. Fuck you, no, you be sorry. Be fucking sorry. This guy recently you know who you are if you're watching this, and you better be watching this because you know I put out. Someone just said that. Was telling me that capitalism isn't that bad, because it's like if we have capitalism, we have people to make sure that everyone can eat, but if we have socialism, we have no one, so we have no one to make sure anyone can be alive and everyone's dead. So he's like, capitalism, yeah, most of us are fucked, but socialism, everyone's dead. So like, let's be pro-capitalist. So like, I thought maybe the supermarket would be a good way to like disprove that. Let's look at this bread. $6. Last one day. Okay, so that's one day of bread for $6. How much do you think it cost them to make the bread? I would say 0.80 cents. So how much markup are they putting in this bread that they're selling at every supermarket in fucking Australia? And how much of that includes budgeting for theft? So if you don't steal, then like it's pretty unethical really, because you're just letting them drive the prices up. Now there's a very rational, sweet, kind-hearted friend of mine that said if you don't steal, they won't keep driving the prices up, so then the poor people don't suffer. But the way I see it is like, they've already won. You know, they've won. So play their game. You have to play the game. It's the only way. Now this is going to be an intense one because I've had so many fights with people about the appropriate type of milk to be consuming environmentally as well as taste-wise. I was an almond milk girl for a while until I was told it was too oily and not that good for you. I've since moved to oat milk, but I'm not gonna lie, like this, I can't even fucking taste it. It tastes like nothing. So sometimes I think I'll just have almond milk again because it's the one I liked best, right? But I've really noticed a lot of people don't like almond milk. But when have I been one to care? I'm literally dictating my boring ass life in a supermarket because I'm bored. So maybe I'll just get the fucking almond milk. And you know what? People can say what they want. But I'm going to have the almond milk, okay? And I can have coffee. Good. Reminds me of when I was like to my therapist, why do I like fucking weird cute shit like Furbies and Tamagotchis and fucking quirky weird ass things? She was like, why do you pathologize all your eccentricities? I was like, yeah, I guess I don't really need to. Like, I guess some things just make me me, and that's okay. Like, you don't have to wonder, like I just said before, like, you don't have to question every single thing about yourself. Sometimes it's actually fine just to like weird things, but I really liked that, like, that stuck with me, like, don't pathologize your eccentricities, the things that make you different or that make you weird or crazy. I feel like just accept them and lean into them, which is, I suppose, what I'm doing, like narrating my life at the supermarket because I'm bored. Don't you hate going to the supermarket and having to buy a bunch of cat litter, cat food, then carrying it all home? And then, you know, you go feed your cats the bickies in the morning, and guess what? They don't have any left. Well, with Pet Circle, you can organise 6 weekly deliveries. Every 6 weeks, they'll bring you all your supplies, they carry it to your house, so you don't even have to lift it. So, you know, at the supermarket, I just thought, what a great time to throw in that Pet Circle. Discount Danielle 20 at checkout. I would say it's tempting to dye your hair when you've been isolated and locked down, but I would also say it's just never a good idea. I tend to just not allow myself to entertain the thought, like, oh, that's a nice life. No, it doesn't matter, it's irrelevant. You know, you just gotta get away from it. Just touching on capitalism again quickly. The reason they can make this was $6 down to $35 is guess how much they paid for it? Fucking about $9.80. There you go. They could at least like fucking put something about the environment on there so we could buy it, but obviously now I can't. So I'm gonna have to find something that mentions environmentalism. Here we go. I'm gonna have to pay $2 because this one's all earthy. I got to the last level and then I remembered I forgot fucking peanut butter. I don't want to go without it. It's been a good staple for me throughout my illness, so I'm just a bit disappointed. I do think it's kind of rude that people keep staring at me like I'm weird because I'm narrating my life, because if I was like a hot chick and in lingerie, they would just think that was normal. But because I look like shit, they're like, what do you think that people care about your life? Like, which is valid. No one probably is going to watch this, but still. Just that's an issue of feminism, so it needed to be brought up in my, what is this, like, I don't know, I thought it was like going to be like a comedy special. It feels more like just like me going to the supermarket and talking a lot of shit because I haven't spoken to people outside of my house for a long time, but feminism is an issue. So there you go. Neolibs, there you go, feminism. illegal to take a trolley home, even if it is illegal, it's not a crime that should be a crime because no one loses. Like, no one's affected by it. It's just that I didn't foresee that I wouldn't be able to wear the jacket, and I didn't foresee that I would go over on cleaning supplies, so I'm going to take it home with me, but I just hope that doesn't make me a deviant. So now I'm home, which is why I'm not wearing a mask, but now that I'm here, able to reflect on my experience today, I think we should discuss the trolley problem. You may know the trolley problem is that whole thing where it's like, you can move the train tracks and you kill just one person instead of 5 other people. Like, what do you do? It's a question of ethics. I would say the updated version of that is more relevant to what we've explored today. So the megacorps that own the trolleys, how do they pay for them? Well, with all the money they make profiting of us needing basic things to live, such as bread, perhaps, or apples. The fucking profit that they get from that, they put money aside to buy trolleys. They also put money aside because they know people are going to steal trolleys and they're going to need more. So they just overcharge for everything just to make sure they've always got trolleys and they've always got thieves. Because we know theft is not going away. So the only way we can handle it is to build it into the structures that it affects. So that's what they do. Anyway, so my question is, how long can I keep the trolley? I mean, obviously, in my head, it's my trolley because who owns anything? Nothing. The world is for everyone to share and enjoy. But from their perspective, have I done something wrong? Because I took a trolley home because my shit was heavy. When I take the trolley back, I bet people look at me like, oh, look at that punk with their trash beanie, just probably on drugs. She's fucking got a trolley, just walking the streets. That's stigmatizing people who need to get their groceries home. Like, it's just, there's enough stigma in the world. People like, do we really need to stigmatize people that have too many groceries or that don't understand how dry cleaners work and that it's going to be in a bag? Well, I was just reflecting on the video to like highlight the main points, and I realized I probably need to apologize to that person that I said was pro-capitalist, because he's not pro-capitalist. He's just not as violently anti-capitalist as I am. So sorry. That was sort of something I thought, let's just play it safe when we're going to release things on the internet, talking about people, let's be kind. And I just didn't feel like there was much point to any of it, honestly. Like, I haven't really learned anything. I've always thought that feminism was cool and that capitalism sucks. And I don't think I expressed it in any particular way that was like comical or like enjoyable or stimulating, or I didn't really like give more knowledge to people. I just kind of ranted. I mean, it's possible that this was just a result of my prolonged isolation. But if you get anything out of it, please leave something in the comments. If you've got any questions,